Thanks for dropping by. For those of you who have a website yourself, you know what it's like to keep these things updated. So I thought I would just have a chat and fill you in a little on some of the things I'm up to and offer some suggestions also for these great momentous times we're in. You know, the quantum scientists right now, you may have heard, are speaking about what's happening with time. And recently I heard that 2011 is considered to be the fastest year we will experience, or it will feel like the fastest to us. And I was thinking about that and how important it is that we don't get caught up in that. And one of the ways that we can slow down time, which we can, because time is expandable, it shrinks and contracts, a lot to do with our consciousness, is through relaxation. And so I thought I'd just bring some points out around that. It's so essential in these really, really busy times that we learn to de-stress ourselves. And, you know, stress is an interesting thing. I remember sort of mid-'80s, late 80s, it became fashionable. I remember when we started to step up the pace and we all got our day timers and, you know, crammed appointments in from 6 a.m. to midnight, and it was like, you know, now we're doing it. You know, this is it. This is living the full life. And we trained ourselves, basically. We trained ourselves into stress, I believe, and therefore we can untrain ourselves. There's a whole other level of consciousness required to do so. Just a funny thing that came to mind, I remember back during that time there was an expression that came out of Wall Street that said, "Only the weak take lunch." And kind of reflective of that idea. So training ourselves out of that is essential. And there's a couple things, a way to do that. Of course, the balance is required. Really essential we keep the balance in all areas of our life. Along with balance, it requires to simplify, letting go of what we really don't need to do, not sweating the small stuff, letting go of perhaps some ways that we engage socially, not letting ourselves be distracted, staying on course, a purpose-driven life to do what we've come to do in this life, and then cultivating relaxation. The relaxation is how we actually unwind that coil inside that gets tight through stress. And the dangerous thing about stress is it actually throws us back to early survival mechanisms, ego survival mechanisms, which we do not want to go back and operate out of. It is not a pretty thing. So it is so essential that we cultivate that, keep cultivating relaxation in our life through our spiritual practice, through our yoga and meditation and qigong, however you love to do that. Hanging from a tree upside down, eating a peanut butter sandwich, it doesn't really matter. But cultivate the relaxation so we slow down time. We can slow down. We'll get even more done when we slow down into the space and be conscious of the things we do. In that great turmoil of stress and running from here to there, and like in this, you know, cloud, this dust, leaving dust behind us, we actually speed ourselves up to the point that we spin way out of our center. And as you probably know, at this point of the journey, we're here to cultivate the inner connection with ourselves, to live from that. It's from the heart-soul internal connection, connected with our higher mind, that we stay in the great alignment. And in that, our true self can come forth. And we're here to live that and share that with others and create a new world together based on our true self that we have been disconnected from for so long. It's really getting to be a very old movie. So in these times of speeding things up, you also want to make sure that you can maintain your own personal healing work, your spiritual practice as well. Of course, right food, exercise, good sleep, good work, good play, right lifestyle. But when we simplify and stop stressing the little stuff, stop stressing on the little stuff, we actually, in that, do create some spaciousness for ourselves. The summertime coming up, this is May while we're doing this recording. The summertime and the fall are very busy for me. I keep my regular practice going, my holistic rebirthing practice and my couples mediation practice going at the same time that I'm on the road a lot and travel a lot for work through the summer and fall. So it's really an amped up time. Different speaking gigs I do, or large group healings up to 400 at a time. New York, Los Angeles, doing a lot of travel back and forth through North America, some speaking gigs in Europe, presentations, performances, sprinkle a couple of weddings in there. I love designing and performing weddings for people. One of the festivals I'll be emceeing this summer, and I adore summer festivals, I think it's the best way to hang out with people in the summer, is the first annual, the Sustainable Music Festival. It's called Towards Eden, and it's put on the other side of Boston Bar, on the other side of Hope, camping in the campground, DJ'd music all weekend, and teaching basic premises of sustainability, and workshops all the weekend to learn basic things. Real cool stuff that we all could do with having the tools of, like growing a veggie garden in the city, how to fix our bicycle, wheatgrass, growing wheatgrass at home. I mean, I know you just can't wait to go out and learn how to grow wheatgrass, and are thinking to yourself, oh my God, I could think of 1,000 other things I'd rather drink, but it's fantastic, and it doesn't taste that bad at all. It just kind of tastes like grass, but it's really good for us. And beekeeping and dehydrating food, all those sorts of things, fabulous trainings, and really that's going to be a lot of fun. No booze, no drugs, so less craziness. And yes, you can have a whole bunch of fun without booze and drugs. And just think, you'll wake up Sunday morning and not have a hangover, and you can get to your beekeeping course on time. It'll be a lovely weekend. So that's July 22nd to 24th. And it'll be a fantastic weekend for sure. One of the things I really love about my work is the opportunity to share a number of the branches of my Tree of Life with clients through the journey of their life, to bring forth different skills and to assist them at different junctures and landmarks. So an example would be this. Say a fellow came to work with me as a rebirther to take him through some old spaces and clear out the past. And then he gets to the end of that and he's sailing along nicely and he says, could my girlfriend come and see you? And I say, sure. So then I work with the girlfriend and help her clear out old stuff, and then she sails off, and then a little while later I hear from them and they say, well, we've been sailing nicely, but then we hit the storms, and can we come and see you as a mediator and do some couples mediation work? And I say, sure. And then it's wonderful. I have the background on them both, and it's very satisfying to help them through that passage. And they sail off, and then I hear back from them later on down the road, and they say, well, we decided we want to marry. And would you marry us? And I say, sure. And because I love designing weddings and officiating and doing all of that. And so we have that journey together. And then they sail off in their way in life. And sometimes they get back to me and say, well, we're having our first baby. Would you be the labor coach? And I say, sure. It's just the sweetest thing. So I call that the family pack. And it's my great joy to share that kind of continuity with people. This fall, I'll be giving my last Holistic Rebirthers training for a while. I have other journeys to take myself. And so if anyone is wanting to train with me in the great work of holistic rebirthing, I'll be having a training up at Half Moon Haven, up at the Sunshine Coast, a beautiful place up there. And you can go to events, which I think would be up there somewhere. Click on events, and it's September 16th to 18th is the intro. It's called Liberate, and then the actual training is in October 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th in October. That's level 1. The level 2 would happen in the spring. So if you're interested in that, please go to halfmoonhaven.com, check on the events, and it'll be lovely to share that with you. I have a level 2, the private one, in November, but this will be the last public training that I'm giving. Because life is taking me in other directions, and a long desired project that I've held in my heart a long time called Spirit Canada. It's time for me to take my attention to, and we'll be launching it in the spring of 2013, and you'll be hearing lots about it. And in the meantime, if you want to contact me, well, go up there to the contact page. Love to hear from you. And I wish you all the very best on this great journey, this great earth walk. I wish you all possible blessings, and to your health.